welcome to episode 21 of What If Civilization Started Over. So, today we're going to go into the peace treaty for World War III. World War Zero. World War Zero. Yeah. I kind of have some of it already drawn, but that's because my recording kind of cut out. So I'm just going to go over what I drew and then we're going to look at it together. So this is what the Horn of Africa treaty looks like. Uganda takes all of the South Sudanese country. This weird panhandle thing that was once here, that was owned by the blue team, was now gone. Yemen got this, and South Sudan got a little bit of this. Also, the blue country got like this kind of land. And the rest of the country was split within rebellions, which made this. This here is the original country, just with a different government. So yeah, that's the Horn of Africa thing that went on. This is the Northern African Treaty. Nothing happens with this guy here, with this border. Like, they made a treaty that none of it should really change. Libya was split up between these countries. And because of Egyptians' role in helping with taking out all of North Africa, they got a little bit of Tunisia. But the both North African country got the whole Moroccan thing, except the Iberian country, which got this. Now we're going to go to the Middle East, specifically Yemen. Well, Yemen got this part pretty much of the brown country and this part of the Iran Empire here. This country, why is that there? Oh. This weird star line small thing here got all of this. And the Egyptians, despite the rebellions, took some land like this and this. And the leftover part here was turned into its own country. Again, the blue country here got these lands of Russia and all of the original old Iraq country. Yeah, they were pretty big, had a pretty big role. Just saying, yeah. And the Turkish got some of their land back. And despite them being completely taken over by rebellions in the peace treaty, they got a pretty good amount of their territory back. And this old Cyprus thing here, whatever you want to call it, yeah, that's back now. So that's what I did draw. But now together we are going to work on the rest of this. So we're going to start in Europe, specifically the Baltic areas, where like another country is going to form like right here. Have I already used this color? And what? Yeah, you already have. Yeah. So a yellow Turkish country is going to form out of this Turkish territory of the Mediterranean Union. With this blue country kind of being destroyed, we're going to see what happens to them. Okay. So this yellow country that was once here and this like pinkish country that was once here are both going to be coming back. Let's do the capitals for both of these. These three, so like here, here, and here. Actually here, yeah. But as for the blue country, they are going to gain a tiny bit of land from other countries. Like the Russians, they are going to gain about this land. Nope, not that land, this land. And from the Mediterranean Union, they're just going to get a tiny little bit of land. About this much land. So that's the Baltics sorted out. Now we're going to move over to this thing here. So over here, a lime green Greek country is going to form. Like over here, yeah. Alright, this map is becoming very green, so yeah. Over here, we're going to get one of this country thing here back. we do that, we're gonna see what the Central European country gets. It's going, in the treaty, it's going to get this much territory from the Mediterranean Union. And this territory here will be will be split into its own right country. Or would the brown look better? No, red would look better. We don't have much red in Europe. Let's add the capital to that. Yeah, right there. Yeah. Is that the right size? Yep, it's the right size. Yeah. Let's go back to the Central European thing. Well, you saw it got a little bit of land. About maybe trying to reform the Empire of the Bubble Team. What it's gonna take from Russia is this much land. That's the wrong color. Nope, wrong color. Where'd that color come from? Who came from down here? Yeah. And it's gonna look something like that. Austria is also gonna get a little bit of land. Let's see what I get. So Austria is going to get this land, this land, this land, this land, and this land. So Austria became a pretty big country in Europe. But now we're going to look at what the Purple Team gets. So okay, the Purple Team is going to get as much land as they were promised. You see all these colors here? All of them? All of this here was technically supposed to be the Purple Team. So they decided the Purple Team shouldn't have this, so now they only have this. Yeah, they would. Despite them being a pretty major role in the war towards the end of the Mediterranean Union, they aren't going to get as much land as they were promised. They're going to put the capital there. This is where Corsican thing is going to put its capital there. This blue thing is going to put its capital there. This one there. And this one there. Nope, right there. So that's the Italian peninsula sorted out. And now we're going to go to the Iberian Peninsula. Well, some stuff is going to happen here. So you may be wondering what you're looking at here. These are so this yellow. What? Technical difficulties. Okay, so this new yellow country is gonna get that. This old brown Iberian country is gonna get this. And this also kind of old other Iberian country thing here is going to get their own land. So their capitals are going to go here, here, and here. Yeah. You've noticed the pattern. The Mediterranean Union has been shrinking a lot, but they're going to shrink again. So the old Swiss again, really? So the old Swiss country is going to get this, and the old French country is going to get this. Yeah, that's a lot of land. Yeah. The capitals are going to be here. But how about the rest of the Mediterranean Union? For the rest of it, it's going to split up. It's not a union anymore. The yellow country, after we redraw this, the yellow country is going to get this, and the blue country is going to get this. So, now the Mediterranean Union is officially dissolved. Yeah, after that, gone. But we still have more to do. So before we go to the green team's mess, we're going to go to this thing here. Yep, pretty simple. Fully next. Yeah. Now we're out of Britain, we're going to go to the green team, which they are going to get a lot of land. Okay, so they are going to get all the entirety of this country thing here, whatever. Yeah. They're also going to get all this German land and all of this. You see this here? This is this is the red team. Yep, the red team is gone. Yeah. Here we put the capital there, and this is now here. That is a pretty. Oh, that's the Treaty of Western Europe. Now we're gonna have to go to Eastern Europe because a lot is also going to happen here. We're gonna start with the Circle Alliance members, Poland and Germany. So, really? Again? So, okay, we're gonna see what this looks like. This orange country is gonna get this. This country is gonna get this. The Swedish country here is going to get all of this. And the rest of Poland is gonna become just, yeah. But Germany is allowed to exist. But Germany is allowed to exist. But this Polish thing is different. But I'll just move the capital here to not have to place a whole new capital. These guys' capitals will go here and here. Yeah, that's a lot of Europe situated. But we still gotta still deal with Russia. So now we need to look at what all of this Eastern European part of Russia looks like. So this here is all of the gained lands from other countries. This Finnish thing is gonna get this. This Estonian thing is gonna get this. Oh, not all of that. Not all of that. The Estonian thing is actually only gonna get this. The new Polish thing is gonna get this and this. This other new Polish thing is getting this. And this Baltic thing is getting this. So that's all the gained territories from other countries. How about other countries that will break away? Let's see what those look like. So this is something. There's going to be this gold-ish country here. There's the Ukrainian country here is back. There's going to be this pretty big blue country up here. And there's also going to be this red country here and this orange. Nope, it's not that big. Oh my, one singular pixel. Yeah. And it's going to look like that. That is what the European Russia looks like. At least the peace treaty of European Russia. The capitals are gonna go here, 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 and here. So that is like all of Europe situated. Yeah, everything is just chaos here. That's definitely something. Now, oh no, Asia is a whole nother mess to deal with. We're gonna start with over here in these parts. Yeah, you can tell why it's gonna be a pretty big mess just looking at this. Yeah. So, let's see what the Chinese country will get. So, the Chinese country is going to get this, and all of this. Yeah. As for Myanmar, over the rest of this, they're going to get this. We'll situate the rebellions, all of this Indonesian area later. But now we're going to see what the Lime team gets. So the Lime team will get all of this land and this. As for Myanmar, they are going to get a bit more land than They are going to take all of this land and this tiny thing here. And this is the rest of Vietnam that's still alive. Now we can move the Vietnamese capital up to here. So now the North Vietnam, I guess. Now we're gonna situate India's problem. Let's see what that looks like. So India isn't harsh. So these guys get the Myanmar thingy people get this thing here. But a new orange country forms that gets all of this. And for some reason, this guy will sneak into the peace treaty to take all this. This because I don't like the borders? Maybe. Just maybe. So, yeah, India was simpler than we thought it would be. Yeah. Now we're going to move to all of this stuff up here. And back up here. We're gonna see what this alliance thing here looks like. We're gonna do alliances at the end, by the way. So this is what it's all gonna look like. Pretty simple. There's going to be this like Siberian Republic thing right here. The bull country is going to, if I can get the right thing on, the capital here, and Japan has united. Yeah, that's pretty simple-ish. Now we need to go to all of this mess over here. We're gonna start in Iran. Let's just see what that looks like. Okay, so this is what the Iran Empire is going to look like after its collapse. It's going there, capital's there, and there. There's a reason why this guy's capital isn't here, because we're gonna look at the Central Asian countries next. Okay, so this is what the Central Asian thing looks like. These guys' capital is here, these guys here, and these guys here. Yeah, Asia's already looking a lot different, except for all this. Now I'm gonna look at all of this Siberian land. Then we're gonna go down to here, then we're gonna look at alliances, then we're gonna be done. Well, let's look at Siberia. Okay, so this is what it all looks like. This stuff here I forgot to go in, but that goes to Norway. Sweden. The Siberian yellow country will get all that land, and this red country gets formed. And I also cleaned up this border a little. This country's capital is going to go right here. And let me make sure it's the right size. Yep. Now we're going to look at all of this land here, which is a lot. Let's see what that looks like. So this is what it all looks like in the end, and I did not make any technical difficulties. So we're gonna look at the capitals. This lake countries here, this lime countries here, this brown countries is here, this pink countries is here, and this yellow countries is here. Also fix the border, so, oh yeah, that's everything, right? Oh wait, not the last thing. Let's just get this over with. So this is pretty simple. There's just 3 groups that split away. This New Guinea group is going to put their capital here. This yellow central group is going to put their capital here. And this red group here is going to put their capital there. And I think that's the world. Let me check one more time. And yep, that's everything. Except whatever this random dot is. I don't know why that's there, but yeah. The whole world has been divided. Except for this thing. Oh no, this is going to be pretty chaotic. So how is this going to work? The square alliance has been dissolved. Makes sense. The Iran doesn't exist, so this can't be here, and none of these guys are here. The Diamond Alliance, the Mediterranean Union is obviously gone. Circle Alliance, that's dissolved. Yeah. Triangle, this guy is out of the Diamond Alliance. The Diamond Alliance, yep, over here, doesn't exist. These guys, South Sudan doesn't exist in the Diamond Alliance. So the Diamond, yeah, and these guys aren't in the Diamond Alliance either. Or these guys. Yeah. So we can just make some of these shapes a little bit bigger. Yeah. let's just make these triangles a little bit bigger. The Estonian one is going to be this, and this one's going to be like that. But there's also the option of the Finnish also could be that. So this is the triangle alliance, the only alliance in Europe. How about for this guy? This guy's out of the diamond lines. These guys are out. So all these guys, yeah, these guys. This thing is dissolved. Yeah, makes sense why that is dissolved. And the square line's being dissolved because this. So also, well, yeah, yeah, you're dissolved as well. Yeah. Yeah. So the world is very different in terms of alliances. Let's just make this thing a little bigger. Yeah. So this is what it all looks like in the end. After I put this thing here, yeah. Now this is what the world looks like after the war. World War Zero. For this layer here, I think it's time to remove all of it, as everything here gets revealed to show the peace treaty of the world. All of the world is completely divided. No, barely any alliances. And yeah, and what layer is this on? Oh my, I forgot about that. But let's just what? Yeah. That should be everything. And now that is going to do it for today's episode of What If Civilization Started Over. Tomorrow, I'll see you in the next episode. The after version of World War Zero. Peace.